Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to this video. We are going to be building roundabouts. So the city you can see on screen now, that's just a current city in progress that I'm kind of working on. It's a lot more advanced as of releasing this video than what it is in the video. Anyway, we are not going to be in the city today. We are going to be actually outside of the city, just in a little flat area. And all I'm going to be doing in this video today is building some different size roundabouts, just more or less showing you how to build them. So all of these roundabouts, with the exception of the last one, are four-way. So that's got 4 roads leading on and off of the roundabouts. And also all of the roundabouts feature the roads going into the roundabouts on an angle. So there's an off-road and an on-road, specifically for going off and on the roundabout. On screen now, as you can see, the roads are going straight into the sides of the roundabout, and this will be changed, as you can see. So this is what I'm talking about. What you can see now is I'm building these roads that go on the roundabout. Then when you want to get off the roundabout, you take one of the off-ramps or off-roads. So all of these roundabouts, the one thing they have in common is that they're all built the same. So there's a couple different ways you can build roundabouts in City Skylines, but the way that you see me building them, that's how I build all of my roundabouts, and that's how I know that they're straight or perfectly round and even. So that first roundabout was a simple 10 square grid roundabout. This one here is 20 square grids, so I'm going 10 grid units in each direction, so it's 20 by 20. I think that's right. And more or less this roundabout here is a bit bigger, maybe for you would have this in areas where there's higher traffic, where where the roundabouts might clog up a little bit. You have this in an area so the roundabout won't clog up as much because it's bigger. It's more or less the same design though, so we will just watch me build this. This is all pre-recorded. I'm just doing a voiceover as well. So as you can see, simple on and off ramps again, and that helps. People think it looks better, and I think it looks better too, but it also actually functions better as well. So you can see if you go on one of the on-ramps and then onto the roundabout, you don't have to worry about doing a sharp 90-degree angle to get onto the roundabout, because you will drive straight into it because you're driving along the edge of the roundabout. This one here, this is a very small roundabout. I wanted to go a lot smaller, and actually tried going a lot smaller off camera, but it was too difficult for me personally, unless I was to use something like the Move It mod and spend a good 20 minutes or more trying to get the road right. This is probably about the smallest you could go realistically. I was having a bit of trouble here placing down the roads because they're so short. When I upgraded them, they just upgraded. When I placed more roads, they upgraded the road that I had already placed, as you can see. And so I was having a bit of trouble with that. But if you just change the road size and you use a different size road, then you can fix this problem. It's pretty simple. Also, I may want to mention that I am using a couple mods to build all of these roundabouts, and that I always use in game. And that is the Fine Road Anarchy number 2 and Fine Road Tool number 2. Number 2 is just a more updated version, and it should work a little bit better with the newer version of City Skylines, especially if you have all the DLC installed like I do. The other mod that I am using that you may or you may not want to use, it's kind of optional, but it's the Move It mod. Personally, I do recommend people do use it, or at least have it installed as a backup just in case, because a lot of the times you place a road, then you just need to move it slightly one little bit, as you can see me doing in a second, to make it that little bit more lined up, or a bit better looking, a bit more symmetrical. So I recommend to anyone building small roundabouts not to go any smaller than this, otherwise you are basically wasting your time. I know it's very difficult, but that's just the advice that I have. Unless you're a professional and you really know what you're doing. I did try off camera, but I just couldn't do it. And it kind of sucks, because in real life you see all of these roundabouts and they're so much smaller than the one you're seeing on screen here. Especially in like little suburban areas around the cities, in real life, or in little country towns. All the roundabouts are really small. This roundabout on screen here would be considered like a truck roundabout or something. It's quite large. Yeah, so as you can see on screen now, this is why I'm having a bit of trouble. So I'm just deleting all the center roads that I built and replacing them again, except it won't have a node right in the middle. So I thought that would be a bit easier and maybe have a little bit less traffic problems. And another thing I want to mention is, if you're actually building this roundabout and you want to use it in a functioning city and have it function properly, you will need the traffic manager president edition mod, and you need to use some of the mod options on that to make sure the cars are going in the right direction on the roundabout. So the lane connectors, and you might also want to disable people from crossing the roundabout, because I know pedestrians can cross along the where the roundabout joins the roads. I know people can cross. You might want to disable that just so traffic flows a bit better, and also turn on an option. It's really hard to explain, but if you know how to use the mod, you'll know what I'm talking about. Turn on the option where cars don't have to stop when there's someone already on the roundabout, since it's small. Basically, cars can pile up behind each other, even on the intersection parts. So you might want to turn those options on, just so your traffic flows a lot smoother. We're coming up near the end of the video now, so this here would be the last one that I'm building, and this one is quite different. At first I just build this little cross shaped thing, and it looks pretty cool, I think. And basically it's a huge intersection with 8 different exits or entrances, 8 different roads leading off of it. But what I wanted to do was show that you can have an intersection this big, but instead of having an intersection where cars just drive straight across, you turn it into a roundabout so cars can drive around it. Also, I apologize if my voice is going a bit funny here and there. I am having some nasal issues, a bit of congestion, I think. I'm not sure. Hope I'm not getting sick. So yeah, here on screen now, I am building the final roundabout. So this one, if you want to build something similar, you can just follow the video, pause it or slow it down, I guess, if you want. This isn't really meant to be a follow along video. This is more of just a video showing you how it's done. But if you want to follow along, feel free to. Also, let me know in the comments what you think, and if I could improve on anything that I've done in the video, because yeah, I would just like to improve. And also, if you have any video ideas, any suggestions for future videos, let me know as well, because I do have a lot of ideas, but it's just nice to do something that the viewers want me to do. Hopefully I'm going to start uploading at least once a month. I know once a month is not a lot, but for someone with a job and a family to kind of take care of and be with, yeah, it's one video a month can actually be a bit of a challenge, to find the time to record, to edit, to do the voiceovers, and then to sit back and watch the whole video to make sure you got everything right, or most things right anyway. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. This roundabout also, it's kind of hard. There's some places in the world where big roundabouts like this, they can actually go in both directions. So in other words, I wouldn't upgrade the roads that are already there. I would leave them so they would go in both directions, which you could do if you want, but this video is for the purpose of roundabouts that just go in one direction. So yeah, as you can see, I'm doing the on and off ramps again. On and off ramps are very important. Make sure you get them on there. And it's completely up to you what you do in the middle of all of these roundabouts, by the way, but since the middle isn't functional, you can just decorate it, put something in there. I don't recommend putting anything in the middle of any roundabout that people visit, because then you have people driving on the inside lanes of the roundabout, and depending what type of road, they might want to try and park there, which parking on any roundabout is obviously very bad. Now, if it's a roundabout of this size that I'm doing now, you probably could get away with parking just on the edges. But since it's so large, it's more or less going in a huge circle on a normal street more than a roundabout. So yeah. And so yeah, just put whatever you want in the middle. Also, once again, with the same thing with this roundabout, you probably don't want people crossing the road on the roundabout and walking on the inside footpath. You don't want people doing that, so you probably want to disable people from being able to cross there as well. So if you have this in the middle of a city, for example, that's going to be quite unfortunate for pedestrians. But what you can do is you just get the path tool and you build some paths up in the air or underground. Personally, I like the paths in the air more. Just looks cooler, and you can actually see your people then. And also, if it was real life, it would be safer to have the paths in the air rather than have a whole heap of underground tunnels, just for like security, safety, more or less, to turn people off of robbing you and stuff like that. So yeah, I might actually do that. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me maybe decorate a roundabout like this. I don't use a lot of decoration type mods or assets, so I basically use vanilla ones and I do have some custom trees off the workshop installed. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing something like that, just let me know. Well, that's almost the end of the video. I think I just have to upgrade the road in the middle now, which you can see me doing on screen. So once that's upgraded, that is the roundabout complete. It just needs a use case. Also, there is one more thing. You probably don't need 6 lanes on a roundabout. Even of this size, 6 lanes is kind of ridiculous. So maybe go for 4 lanes, or even 3. 3 will probably be enough, to be honest, because you have the outer lane for exiting, you have the middle lane, and the inside lane for going around past multiple exits. Anyway, thank you all for watching the video. Let me know what you think. Leave me any feedback below, and I'll see you in the next one.